Welcome to the June 2017 edition of Farsight's Time Cross Project. Here we use remote viewing to report the news to you the month before the major news events happen. We have just begun our second year of doing this monthly project, so I am glad that all of you are still tuning in to the best news show on the internet. I am Courtney Brown, director of the Farsight Institute, and here we present raw news predictions for June 2017. And these predictions are based on remote viewing done and uploaded to YouTube at the end of May 2017. Remember that we also publish a results summary video that describes how our remote viewers did in predicting and reporting the news for last month, and that summary video is published around the 10th of each month. So our results summary video that tells how well we did in predicting the major news events for May, this past month, will be published on YouTube around June 10th, so be sure to come back to see it. Now on to our predictions for June 2017. We have a special show for you this month that has both presentational and technical advances which you will notice right away once you see the sessions. There are 3 remote viewers working this month: our millennial team, Aziz Brown, Princess Janae, and Melina Hall. Our viewers each covered 2 major news events for the month of June. And, as always, we are looking for a spread of major news events across the month. We are not expecting each viewer to perceive the same events. Think of the remote viewers as roving reporters who go out and cover major news events on location, with each reporter assigned to cover a different story. We begin with a report by Princess Janae, and I want to warn you in advance that this report is disturbing. It involves what appears to be a possible kidnapping, and it is quite graphic. It is no worse than what you get almost daily in the evening news in most places. Nonetheless, for us, this is new. I originally wondered if we should present this at all, since I did not want to create an internet storm, but our Time Cross project has been remarkably accurate each month over the past 12 months. So I decided that if this event is going to happen, our report may produce some good. If this event does happen, then perhaps some of our members of our audience will be able to contact the local authorities and have them watch this report, thereby assisting them in their efforts to locate the victim and perpetrator before it is too late. Again, the event may not happen at all, in the sense that we could be getting this all wrong. Then it is only an experiment gone wrong and mud on our face, so to speak. But if we are correct, and being correct is not unusual for us, the report may do some good.
This is Time Cross, which gives you guys the news a month in advance. So usually in the news, you have a lot of disasters, calamities, floods, wars, just horrible things. So I went in with the intent to get something different and no disasters. Thing is, with remote viewing, you never know what you're going to get. You kind of just get what you get. I kind of was hoping for maybe a giant parade or football highlights, basketball highlights, something big and major that was maybe funny or good, or, but again, with remote viewing, you get what you get, and this is what I got. Okay. So I'm having female subject, lots in a location, lots of land, very irregular land, steep peaks, mountainous location. I'm sensing some water. There's a few structures, but it's not a city. It's just a little bit of structures here and there. A very, very natural environment. Natural smells. It feels really close to where I am in the southeast somewhere. I'm in North Carolina, sometimes Atlanta, so it's around this general area. It feels really close to home to me. I'm also picking up a male that's involved in this situation here. It's very dim outside. It's very, it's kind of dark. You can see light. The female, she's female. Okay, so we have a couple of subjects going on here. The female is very, very young. I don't want to say that she's a child, but she feels extremely youthful. It could be anything. She just has a very young feeling to her. White female, long hair, blonde, straight. She's got these tiny little eyes. You can see she's very cute, innocent. She exudes a lot of innocence. She exudes a lot of innocence. She's very little. She's a little thing. This is just for my first gestalt here. For my second gestalt, where is this girl? There's a big box. Very solid, heavy, rough feeling it. It's very, very rough. It's very, maybe wooden or like a chest of some sort. It's very long. I don't know what this box has to do with much. The land is very isolated. It is generally warm, but it's cold. There's something cold about it. The woman is being harmed. The woman is hurting very badly. Some type of forceful impact on the woman. It's hurt the woman. She's terrified. This is what I'm getting here. I do remember during my paper session that I did before I went to video, I started to cry. Here, once I drew this box, once I started probing and seeing where she is in the land, again, it's very isolated, and I just got this overwhelming feeling about the girl. Something isn't right. Something's going wrong, and it's not good. Let's see. In the center of the target, again, I'm in a very, very mountainous area. It's got multiple mountains. It's got some water, a lot of water, a lot of foliage. There's a lot, it's almost like a river, waterfall type thing. There is a lot of trees, a lot of foliage, a lot of land, a lot of very irregular, very hilly. It's beautiful, isolated. And then you can just hear the water running. You can smell. I haven't necessarily found the girl yet. I don't know where she is in relation to these two gestalts here. But I know it has something to do with this area, with the water and rushing sounds. That's what I'm getting from it. There's a possible death. I'm hoping it's not the girl. The girl is missing. She's been taken. It's a rough situation. Is she in the river or is she in the box? Is she in the river or is she in the box? I don't know into relation where the girl is yet. I still have not found her. I know that I feel that this is, it's heavy. It's very, very heavy. There's a man. He is subject C. There's 3 subjects. There's one guy. There's another guy. He's male. He's safe. Let me change that. He's male. He's safe. He is nervous. But subject C is very aggressive. Subject C is very, very aggressive. He has a weapon of some sort. I can't quite make out what it is in his hands. I just know that he's angry, he's aggressive, he's abusive. I can't see his face all that clearly, but he's very scary. He seems very, very scary. His hair, stringy black hair, white male, white skin, very sweaty. He's very wetty. It's almost like I can feel him. It's like I'm the girl. She's slim body, pointy nose. His fingers are very long, like branches, very abrasive. His eyes are very hard. His eyes are very harsh, hard, death in his eyes. Like he's not a good person. He is, quite frankly, I do not want to cross this man ever in my life. I don't think I would feel comfortable there. That's the center of the target. I'm going to move this box so I can have more space. Box. There's a box involved. Big, large. Large box. Center of target. I'm going to go to a target event, see if I can catch what's happening. Maybe there's blood. there's bashing, there's aggression, there's fighting, there's bruises. It's painful. Loss of energy. There's the girl. The girl is being taken. Is she in the box? Is she? The girl is being taken. In box in the river. I don't know how they're connected, but this is just what I'm feeling. It hurts. Remote viewing, you're very sensitive to emotions and to feelings, and I can feel, it's almost like I'm there watching it happen. I am it's very emotional. My heart hurts. She's terrified. Where's the activity? Target activity. She's shaking, stabbing, hitting, kicking, screaming. The box. Something is with this box. What is with this box? This box, there's mountains, there's rivers, there's water, blood. She was taken out of her home. She was taken out of her home. She's tortured and she's gone. I get this feeling of just, she's just gone. Is she still alive? Is she in the news? And can't she tell this story? Or am I just watching it? Is this story in the news, or am I just watching it? Is she still alive? Why do I get these type of targets? Why do these targets pick me? I can't tell exactly if she's alive. Regardless if she is dead or not, the intent of this guy here, the intent of the perpetrator was to kill her. It was death. I just don't know. I don't know if she's alive or not. This person, I see flashes of lights. I don't understand what that means. I see flashes of lights, almost like a possible photo shoot, maybe. The person is she's very well known. I am unsure if it's because of the event that has happened or if she was possibly famous. But famous people, we usually have bodyguards, and no one could ever get this close to a famous person. So it's a possibility that she's famous now because of this event, because of the kidnapping or whatever happened. People know who she is now. Just like we know who Sandra Bland is, or a couple of people that have had some death events happen. They're well known. I'm hoping this girl is still alive, and I wish that I could stop it. I just don't know. I just don't know.
In our next report, and moving on to the international scene, Melina Hall investigates an event involving what appears to be an Asian country, a high-tech leadership personality, and aggressive missile preparations for a possible war.
Today I will be exploring target 6441-2143. Temperature is moderate. Feels like I'm inside this cool air, like room temperature feel. Walking in, it's dark. It's dark, but in the center is this light. I'm hearing noises, like loud noises, like clapping, cheerful, like very hype noises. The volume is loud, like from the center. It's like speakers here in that front. So I'm getting this flat surface here. And here's this center area. Very loud clapping, talking noises. I'm seeing, hearing subjects here. It's like it's a conference room, or I'm getting these subjects like in this linear sitting, like they're just sitting, line up in this form, like they're talking, discussing to the crowd, or somewhat, because I'm seeing this dark area here. It's like a seating area, a crowd. I'm hearing the noises, the clapping. Some type of ceremony or some sort. It's like I'm smelling this floral smell, like plants. So it's kind of like it's indoor foliage, like plants are set up here. Very loud. I'm getting this furniture smell, because it's like it's a seated area. You have this stage and curtains behind. I'm seeing the screens. This is where the light is coming from, these screens, the front center of this stage or area, and it's so dark here on the crowd and audience. I'm seeing equipment here. Equipment, subjects here. Seems to be working like some type of video equipment. Like this is like something live, streaming live, this whole discussion or whatnot. Seems like some type of flag right there. Let's say the feel in there is very, very proud and honorable. Everything seems happy and excited. Seems to be good news, or people are raised to the bar. Like, their attitude is very, very exciting. It's a lot of flashy lights all in this one area. In this formal wear, suits, very sharp. There's females or women. There's women here. It's just a mixture of men and women, kind of like some type of government feel. This guy here. So this guy here, which is right here in this center area, I'm getting this happy, smart, very wise. He's like a genius guy. He knows everything about politics. He's like some leader in this whole area here. And probably for this whatever area he lives, he's kind of aged. He looks like he's a bit 40-ish, 40, he look like he's in his 40s or 50s, but he takes care of himself. He's very energetic, and he's very smart. He knows a lot about politics and technology, and he seems very brilliant, and he seems to have tons of ideas in his thoughts. So I'm getting this picture where he's shaking the other guy's hand. It seems to be some type of agreement or some exciting news that is really gonna take off. Some plan or something that's he created or his business had created. Very political, something with technology, and his skin is so flawless. He looks a bit Asian, with the jet black hair and the very slim, kind of muscular body. Even though he's in a suit, I'm getting this strong body. It's for his age. He have a strong, like, toned body, nice skin, wrinkles but not as much, and he's very smiley. And something about that discussion at that Target seems more than just ideas. It has something to do with military and something to do with new equipment. Ooh, so now I feel hot. It feels like I'm not inside of a structure. I feel like I'm out somewhere. It's like harsh, natural ground. I can smell dirt, like a musty smell, like a outside dust rock. This is very hot here. The sun is burning. It's hot. I'm seeing these peaks in the back. So I'm getting like this irregular topography, but I'm also getting flat topography here. So it's kind of like a very middle of nowhere type area. I'm hearing a lot of talking and clapping again. I'm hearing these happy, excited noises, like people are just entertained. I'm getting these subjects here. It's like I'm getting a formation of subjects. Things are just here, and they're just, it's like it's a focused gathering. I'm hearing a lot of noises. So I'm getting this loud noise here. Like here's the target, and I'm getting this smoke, like something was just blown up, some type of non-surface structure just shot up in the air. So I'm getting this idea, like they launched something is being launched like a missile. I'm getting this sounds of pew, like real loud. My ears are popping. They're just so excited, and they're just looking up at this big metallic object just fly in the air. It seems to be that new technology this whole military have, and they're just testing out. They're just like, yeah, just talking in lower tone, and they're just like agreeing with each other, like, yeah, this is gonna work. This is like they're just really feeling the whole new equipment they have, and they're just like ready to use it for whatever is coming. It's like it shot up. It didn't go down. They shot it up, of course. Something that they have is new, and it's like real smoky and cloudy here now. So it's like they're getting rid of something old, and I think they're going to get bigger, better, new equipment. So here I have this big structure in the city area. Outside the city, I'm seeing a lot of towns, buildings, structures, water nearby. But this big structure seems like a conference room, or like this. The structure is wide inside, so it's kind of like inside like a movie theater, but more wider. It's dark inside, but there's lights that set all around it. There's lights, especially in the front by the stage and the centerpiece, what I probed earlier. Things just been established here and discussed that have something to do with politics and military and the new technology, maybe new missiles and nuclear bombs, weapons, just new things has been discussed and set that's going to be used in whatever war is coming. And basically just a big focus gathering here. So right here, nothing but loud noises, like boom, 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 like shoo, boom, shh, shh. like these old equipment they're blowing up is just like it just weighed off their shoulder, like they're not in use no more. So they're just really, really excited and just just having just a regular missile launch, and everybody here, the generals here, I mean, people, and also the president, like the whole military just here, just standing in formation, just like just applauding, like they're just like feeling like high achievers, like they achieve and accomplish something, like they're shaking hands with people, like with each other, and they're like, okay, like good day, like we're ready for whatever. And I'm just getting that whole loud war sounds, but no war, just big explosions, but nothing, just nobody's injured, just a focus gathering, just sit and watch. It's exciting to them, like they're just thrilled by the big noises and just old equipment. It's like they're wasting it, but they're not wasting it. They have new inventions for their war and military. So they have a big explosive missile. It's very huge. So I'm getting these two executive leaders, or he seems like this president of the military or somewhat. He's very strict and he talk very blunt, and he has like this power in his voice, and his face is so bold. Like he doesn't smile or anything. He just look. He seems happy in the inside, though. Trust me, very happy. It's hot out there, so I know he's a bit sweaty and muggy, like, because it's so hot. In the back is this whole tank-like vehicle with this big bomb structure. It's like a rocket shape. Very, very dangerous. A nuclear bomb. The other guy seems just one of the former leaders that's followed behind him, and they're just really talking about politics and just the war and just being prepared for it. This seems like their army force, because I mean, yeah, it seems like a middle of nowhere, but I'm seeing from in front of them structures with flat tops, like they're like workstations. And so now I'm just going to draw that big missile I seen. It seems very huge, wide, like a round shape, like a rocket ship almost. This big, powerful energy. This nuclear source is very big, and it will cause a big catastrophe. Like, I'm talking about burning skins alive. Like, this is horrible, but very, very ironic and dangerous. Like, I'll be scared to just look at it or be near it, scared to touch it. Got all types of foreign language or like words on the side. I'm getting all type of words and a flag on it. Just, it's so big and dangerous. it just have a lot of warning signs on here and something to scare Donald Trump, because this is so big, wide, long, vicious military missile that's new, serious, and they're just ready to use it. And they have plenty more of these. Maybe smaller than this big guy, but plenty more. Like, they just blew all their old equipment up and just ready to launch this. That's it.
Next, Aziz Brown gives 2 reports back to back. In his first report, he investigates an explosion in what appears to be a dry, warm urban area that results from a ship-launched missile. Following that, he reports on a hurricane or cyclone event that will impact a tropical, coastal, or island landmass, causing serious flooding and destruction.
Hi, my name is Aziz, and today we will be looking at target 5535-5578. So I'm picking up a man-made structure with several adjacent man-made structures in the nearby area. It seems like there are basically just multiple structures, but let's zoom out a little bit more and see what the general picture of the environment is. So I'm getting this dry, more arid climate. It's warm outside, but there is some irregular hilly topography to one side, while there is a tannish gray, centralized, more dense urban area in the midst of a flatter area with irregular topography to certain angles in the backdrop of this urban landscape. Interestingly enough, I'm getting this booming sound. So trying to follow where this booming sound is, let's look towards that, where that sound is coming from. I'm picking up this structure, man-made hard structure that has pretty much just been cut in half. You can see that there is these layers, sort of like where the floors or the stories are within the building, but it's clearly visible that there are things inside of it. It's really like some violent force just ripped off half of this building, and there's this really significantly hotter temperature, black smoke rising out of this base area. But there was definitely a striking of some really violent, high impact, high energy force that ripped off half of this building or a structure. So let's go through time now to try to find out what exactly happened with this. But this time, let's see what happened in the aftermath of this situation first. So first, let's go 24 hours into the future, and then we'll find out what caused it all. So okay, so I drew this individual and the others in blue so you could differentiate them from the blacker areas. But right here I'm seeing that the smoke has sort of cleared away. 24 hours into the future, a vehicle has approached, but when the vehicle is approached, it stopped, but 4 subjects have come out and started to investigate the debris, the rubble of the fallen structure, and one of them looks like this male has sort of a headband at the top and is holding a metal, like looks like a gun type of thing, but it seems like they're searching. But this one is interesting because I'd say that it's a young male, maybe around 20 or so years old, But let's go inside the mind and see the emotions, see what he's feeling and stuff. Definitely there's a sense of worry that I'm picking up, a sense of the task at hand is to search for something or someone or whatever the four of them are mutually looking for within this pile of rubble, but it's very strong that that desire is sort of masked by this general worry for self-safety, personal safety. So that's what that young gentleman is thinking at the moment. Now let's try to see what 24 hours in the past shows of this situation. Okay, so what I'm getting at is, at first, the explosive energy when moving back in time 24 hours. That sort of reveals that the explosion emanated from a projectile that was shot that came down from the sky. Following that projectile that came down from the sky back to its source, it went very far distance. This is a very, very far distance. Very far. And goes overseas to a water-based structure that seems to have projected this metal cylindrical object towards the structure far inland, and that seems to have been the catalyst, the emanating origin of this sort of violent act. But to look at some more information that could possibly be revealed about the target, let's try to find out what other key factors could have led to this happening. So let's go back to the ideogram at the top. Okay, so it seems like in a large, somewhat fancy room, there are several individuals, 4 individuals that I'm looking at, that are engaged in a serious conversation. This individual over here definitely has the aura of being the one in charge. The one over here seems like he's offering a piece of information that will be interacted upon by this individual. These two seem like they're just stationary there. Let's look inside the main person's mind to see what's going on there. Okay, so it's an older male. This one has light skin, lighter than the people who are in the debris-filled area in the more violent setting. This whole space seems like it's far, far away from that area that the explosion happened. Very far away, just completely different place. This individual has a piece of information that he must act on that was presented by this gentleman over here, and it seems like there's a choice to be made. This person is making a choice, and it seems like this is a choice that will have a lot of people looking at him, but it's not like this choice has a physical reaction to him. It's not like he's physically in danger or not. It just seems like this is more of a play of power or something like that, like a chess game or something like that. But that's the energy that I'm getting from this individual, this individual's actions have something to do with the actions that happened with the structure being exploding, the structure exploding with the projectile being launched. All of that is related to a decision that this individual is making in a completely different location than the violence. So that concludes the data for target 55355578. Hi, my name is Aziz, and now we will be looking at target 94422626. Okay, so what I'm picking up is a large expanse of salty water. I'm seeing lots of cloud dynamics, darker cloud dynamics and getting darker, and a land-water interface with a very green texture on the land, so lots of foliage. Let's move around, just see if we can look at if there's any other objects in the area. So there's nothing really of interest. It really seems like this is just a vast open water world with a land-water interface that has some connecting archipelago-esque islands that could be connected to a larger body of land in the distance. But it seems like this is a largely tropical-ish area experiencing some violent weather patterns. So let's look here and see what's happening more inland on the island area or the land mass. Okay, so I'm seeing a dark-skinned subject who is on a wooden base surface. A wooden base surface that feels slightly elevated. There is a wooden structure behind the subject. It is raining very heavily. The subject is looking upwards directly at the cloud dynamics that are above him, and it's a male. There is tropical foliage, so it sort of enforces the idea of this being a tropical environment, experiencing some harsh weather patterns, but the subject is staring straight up, so let's look inside the subject's mind, see what's happening there. A slight sense of worry, but not too much. A stronger feeling that I'm getting here is been there, done that type of thing. Sort of, this has happened before in the subject's lifetime. The subject is more observing and calculating his next move. So really just studying the nature at this point, but not too worried about what he's going to do. So 24 hours in the past, the subject's not there. The subject is not in a rainy environment. The building is standing fine. It is very clean, warm, sunny day. But 24 hours in the future, it looked a little different. So let me look one more time and we'll draw that one out. Okay, so 24 hours into the future, it's still raining. But the subject's gone, and it seems like there is a lot of water rushing through the structure. There is a lot of water that just sort of pushed up against it. The structure didn't completely destroy itself, but it is sustaining a bit of damage. I was just trying to draw this, that the wood, it's made of wood, the wood that is holding the structure together, it's still structurally sort of intact, but the intense water flow, it seems like it's breaking some pieces off. It seems like the structure is half close to falling apart, but the base surface is strongly still there. Seems like this canopy region is also facing some troubles, but that's kind of what's happening with the structure right here. Back at the present period of time, let's look a little bit further around the island or the landmass and see what else is happening there. So going about 5,000 feet, roughly a mile, in every direction from that subject's house, I can tell that there is in the front, there is water. I'm not on water, but there is the view of the ocean area and some tropical foliage in the surroundingness that leads up to it, to the beach-like scene. And in other directions, like this direction, there is nothing but jungle, just dense jungle, or just foliage. Tropical foliage, big leaves, stuff like that, very dense, very close together. It's just a intense pile of foliage. In other directions, like the opposite of that direction, there is foliage still, yes, but a older vehicle, truck, seemed stationary but on a road. There was an old single-level building that was seemingly made of a concrete or hard man-made material. And behind there is what seems to be a very low-level human-developed area. It is very low-level structures, not many structures. The road here seems like it's largely a dirt road. The road here seems like it has some concrete like asphalt or hard material to pave it, but that is really what I'm getting from this area. The main picture that I'm seeing here is that this is a lightly populated area of tropical climate that is experiencing some very harsh weather patterns, very tall waves that are rushing towards this area, very intense winds, and heavy rainfall. So it seems like a tropical storm or hurricane or something like that, typhoon, that is hitting a tropical area someplace in the world. So that is the final amount of data to conclude the viewing for target 94422626.
In our final two reports for the month of June, Princess Janae and Melina Hall cover two separate and important events. Starting with Melina Hall, she reports on a serious industrial disaster that may be nuclear or chemical in nature. Then, Princess Janae investigates a significant and unusual terrorist event that takes place in what seems to be a Middle Eastern nation.
Today I will be exploring target 58611826. So there I have a irregular topography. Also getting this flat area right here. Pretty hot outside. Yeah, so I'm outside. It's pretty hot here. Smells man-made. I'm smelling this burnt smell, like burning smoke. Also metallic structures like vehicles. It's very hot here. Very hot. The ground is natural, so this is a natural land with man-made structures on top. This structure right here, I'm getting smoke coming out, and this middle area seems very deep, dark, like deep, like you're going in a tunnel area right here. This area seems so noisy, like I'm hearing a lot of beep, beep, like a construction area. All this smoke and burning smells, very hot, structures and trucks. And this area seems to be very deep and steep. And it smells so weird, like I'm smelling this rock powder smell, like it's kind of toxic, like some like chemicals, like bleach, but not bleach smell, but more like a dirty bleach smell. I don't know. It's so toxic to my nose. It's burning. And let's see. I'm hearing a lot of loud noises, like danger. It's a danger zone here. It's a lot of different noises here. Different structures, like different shapes, different size buildings, all types of trucks, and just different things all in this one area that seems far out. It seems far, and it's gated around this whole area, so this area is only for people who works here and this whole factory. So let's look around. So something about this area here. I'm gonna start from the ground under here in this deep hole area and all the way up. So 1,000 feet here and 6 feet under. So below, it's very, very smelly. Like I don't feel safe in this area. Very rocky. I can't really move. So many things. It's like I'm keep falling. So it's very closed here. It's kind of dense. A lot of things are just packed together, very dense. The smell is like this liquid here. It feels kind of muddy. Like it feels like something is contained in all this hole that have like rocks or damaged structures because it seems so steep here and like seems very close. It's dark and it's scary and it smells bad, and it burns in this area. Like, I can't be here, so let's go up. Okay. I'm seeing the subjects around. So I'm seeing the subjects here. I'm seeing the structures around where I came up from, so I could breathe better, but it's still this area. The smell is toxic. I feel my skin, it feels burning, like it's not even safe here in this area. I see a lot of movement with the trucks and people. A lot of work activity is in this area, and a lot of man-made materials. Like, I'm seeing a lot of equipment, like things in all in this one area. So it's these structures and these box shape area, and it's filled with chemicals and tools and weapons. It's everything just packed in this area, in this whole factory. What's going on? The subjects, they're just working around this whole area, trying to get this area back neat because it seemed very damaged here. There's nothing but damaged property, all fallen and collapsed. Something is wrong here, and it's just, they're just working on it. So let's go 1,000 feet up. Thousand feet up. Okay, there's these peaks here. It's flat land though. It's like, it's only irregular in this area because it's been damaged. So everything is just harsh. All the man-made structures, everything is just dirt, ground, busted. Thing is just very jagged and rough edges around this whole area. So that what makes it kind of irregular here. But from 1,000 feet up, I'm seeing this flat land. I'm also seeing this water, like a stream or like a river, or I see this water like it'll lead to a lake. It's nice blue water on the side, like far, like towards the peaks area, but not all the way. It's near this area, but using the timeline. Okay, so here everything is normal, regular activity. Workers, a lot of workers are here. People are moving out the factory, moving in, taking things out, just digging. The same work as usual. Let's go here. It's this big explosion sound, like a big loud boom, 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 boom. Shh, like liquid is just like splatter amongst the ground. A big cloud of toxic, like it's like all misty, just loud noises, like from the top going down underground bottom, like everything just erupted and just went everywhere, like something collapsed, like this whole work ladder or some obstacle in the middle of this area just boom collapsed, and now the smell is getting throughout the whole area. It's very like that powder, that toxic powder smell, like a bad, it's not a bad fishy odor, it's more like it's very like chemicals, like some type of plutonium with like some type of chemical that's very toxic, and it just spread it, and it's very contaminated. Like everything, all these chemicals are mixed together. It's like things were boxed up, and now it just that one part of this whole factory collapsed, and boom, it's dangerous. Like it's a danger zone. It's like do not attempt to go here. Construction workers, I don't know if they're okay. Let's see, because it's happening like in the middle of the day, the middle of the work. So it seems that I'm not finding any injured subjects here at this time, but I'm hearing loud noises, like voices, shouting voices, like get away, everybody move back, everybody go as far away as you can, because this is just horrible. There's a lot of energy sources here that just been damaged and destroyed, and it's everywhere now, so it's unsafe here. So now let's go 2 days after, and this is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing here what I seen earlier, just construction workers. A lot of people are like burned, or like either sunburned, like tan, or they accidentally got chemicals on their skin and faces, because this is just insane. Everybody is worried. This is a chaotic situation. People are just losing their minds. They don't really want to deal with this work anymore. I mean, they're tired, they're exhausted, they're getting like rashes because it's chemicals everywhere, and the smell is bad. So I walk around. I'm hearing subjects, like I'm seeing and I'm hearing the construction workers saying, back away, everybody leave, evacuate immediately. Like people are losing it. I'm hearing alarm noise, like like I'm also hearing like sirens, like emergency trucks are pulling up far, coming from the city, like wondering what's going on. It's a lot of smoke, lots of smoke. It's just smoke, like white clouds of smoke. It's just so much in all in one area, and they are there to help out, and they also work here because it's like when you're dealing with any chemicals and work, you don't wear the regular construction hats and the jeans and stuff. You have to put on safety clothes. So consolidation sketch 1. So here you have like this whole area where you see the structures, the big pipe factory where the smoke comes out, just different buildings and all this one area. Then you have this like area where it's like the toxins, the chemicals are packed up. It's in this whole big energy source. It's like a big energy source. It's like possibly some nuclear toxic chemicals all in this one area. So it's basically like a energy source, like work area, work site, because it seems so, it's gated. As you can see, it's gated. Like you have to have some type of government pass or something, because this is not safe to be here, and it's not safe to walk around here. You can't just touch stuff. Yeah, so, and it seems like far, I'm getting this out the country feel, but then possibly in the US somewhere. So the second consolidation sketch. So you have this deep, dense, packed area where it's like you go under, the workers go under, the people with the masks and the safe clothes, they go under here and like fix things. And it's like these big circular this circular structure at the top, and it's like these big cylinder, they're kind of big and wide, and it's like they all are filled with toxins, and because it's like underground, like an underground work area. And this is the place where I guess is where the explosives part, because something right here, I guess like the ladder, whatever structure right here broke off, and it just made this whole area exploded with toxins and chemicals. And this has been target 58611826.
Before starting the video, I did a couple paper sessions just to get the basic gestalts of what's going on in the target. I'm not quite sure how they're connected, but I know they're connected somehow. I'm just going to go through the gestalts and see everything that I have. So in Gestalt number 1, I'm sort of getting a lot of kinetic energy shooting upward. It's very white. It looks kind of like a lightning bolt, but it's going up instead of down. Over a group of subjects in an urban environment. It seems sort of like a missile, but I don't want to say that it is because all I see is the light. I see something. It's reminding me sort of like a flag. It's rectangular, very soft in texture. It's got stripes going on here. Again, I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but it's reminding me of something like a flag. The people on the ground, there's a lot of subjects just dispersed everywhere, but they seem very organized, in formation, lined, or similar to what lines would look like. They're very together. They have a lot of, it seems kind of political. They have a lot of motion, a lot of movement. It's going towards, or sort of going towards something. They're very focused. They're definitely very focused. There's a lot of structures. It's really hot here. It's got a lot of foliage. The people are just rushing. They're very determined. They're very together. Again, I'm not sure what's going on to get this gestalt, but within this gestalt, there's definitely a lot of energy. You can see the lights. You can see, again, that missile-like thing. It's kind of zigzagged or whatnot. yeah, that's kind of all I've got for Gestalt number 1. I'm gonna go to my second Gestalt real quick just to see what the connection is or if it kind of ties into this in some way, shape, or form. In my second Gestalt, I'm getting a very, very large structure within a city, or within the city. It's there's a lot of foliage around. It's kind of surrounded by trees in a way. There's a lot of foliage around this particular large structure. It's kind of in the center of the city around it. I'm getting kind of there's a primary subject. He's a white man, very kind of portly, kind of stocky in a way, not slim. He seems to have someone in authority. He seems to be, I also hear there's a lot of multiple subjects around as well. Goodness, there's a lot going on in this Gestalt that I'm just now. Okay, so there's a lot of subjects within this building as well, but there's a single white male. So I got subject 1, have a single white male. He's kind of funny looking, very odd. He's got his personality, his persona's kind of different. Well, different than mine, I will say. He's kind of portly fella. He kind of reminds me of someone in national authority, President Trump, maybe. President Trump. I hear shouting voices. I hear this is a very important building. The building's white. It's huge, rectangular. Got columns here around, foliage, white. Seems to be a very important building. It's giving me the feeling of the White House, but I cannot say that it is. This man is, again, the reason it's giving me another feeling of this man is in leadership. He's making a lot of decisions. Something's not going right. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of speaking on. You can tell and feel that something's going wrong in this building, in this main building, with this main subject. It's just very. It seems to be connected. It feels like it's connected to my first Gestalt, which is probably why something was happening. Maybe he sent somebody. Or I don't know, again, maybe somebody was sent to do something I'm trying to get these connected and see which one happened first, in what order. You can't really tell with remote viewing. And that's kind of what I have for my second Gestalt, just a white male of authority, odd looking. He's in this giant, large white building, similar to White House. Again, I'm not saying that it is. And something's not going right in this building at all whatsoever. There's something is not correct. I'm going to go to my third Gestalt here. In my third Gestalt, I'm getting a lot of energetics, a lot of explosions. It's very strong, pulsating energy. It's very loud, boom, very big boom, very loud sound. Where is it coming from? It's coming from this random, there's a random black box I'm picking up. I don't know exactly what it is. It's just a random black box here. Let's see. There's two subjects that's connected to the black box here as well. Subject A and B. I'm not sure what they have to do with this box, but what's going on inside this box? It's very heavy. It's very solid. This box it seems to have explosives in it. I believe that this box results in the huge explosion that's happening. I believe that I'm in a city, very harsh, very urban. There's subjects all around. There's subjects here, and there. It's chaotic. There's smoke everywhere. There's burning, heat, flame, fire. You can smell it. It's definitely man-made. It's not of a natural cause. It's very... You can sense a lot of anger. You can sense a lot of disappointment. The explosion came from this box, but I'm wondering if it's terroristic, if it's a terrorist attack or not. I'm wondering if it's a terrorist attack or something. It kind of feels very terroristic, very political. This whole thing feels very political. The terrain is very sandy where I am right now. This is different than in my last gestalt. My last gestalt, I was definitely in an urban city. I definitely was in America, but this feels very, I'm going to say Middle Eastern. You have this very flat land, very sandy. You can see the city up. You can see the city off in the distance. You can see people here. This was making me think this is connected to the first gestalt. Again, I'm not sure. You can see this large cloud over the city. You could see, oh man, this random box. And it's very weird because this feels very Middle Eastern, like in those areas, most people would not have a black box with explosive. They would just shoot. They would have guns or missiles or cannon. Not a black box. It's very Americanized. That would usually happen over here. This place wouldn't normally experience an explosion like this. It would be of a different type of explosion. It's if I were doing a mysteries project, I'd be able to do 3 or 4 sessions to kind of tie these in, but because I'm doing Time Cross, I really only have 1 session to kind of figure it out this month. I just know that all in all, this is a very harsh urban environment. It's very dark. It's very gray. It's very angry. It's definitely, well, I can't say definitely, but it feels very terroristic, very political. These 3 gestalts have something in particular to do with each other. Maybe there's some sequential order. I don't know it per se. I'll have to wait until the month is over and see it. Just have this first environment in my first gestalt where it's very missile-like. very missile-like. You have something that symbolizes a flag. You have kind of the American flag because of all the stripes that it had that I could see. Again, I don't see clearly in a remote viewing. You just get these basic feelings and perceptions. I don't know. I don't know necessarily where I am, what this is, and what each thing has to do with each other, or if each thing has to do with each other. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I just know that this is not good. It is not pretty. And it's very gray and explosive and angry.
So that is the news for June 2017, brought to you at the end of May 2017. Remember that we rely on published news to verify these predictions. This is an ongoing experiment, so each month we want you to see how well we did. To help with this, we publish a news analysis table on our website, updated daily, that relies on both the featured news outlets of CNN, the New York Times, and the BBC, as well as other news outlets that may cover important stories not covered by our featured outlets. Also, as many of you already know, our Area 51 Mysteries project will be released on June 15th. This is a major release for us, and I think you will want to watch it sitting down. Whatever you thought was in or actually underneath Area 51, it was not even close to being enough. 3 highly experienced remote viewers, Dick Algier, Daz Smith, and Aziz Brown, all working totally blind and solo, bring you a story that is numbing in its depth and content, and its significance. On June 15th, the secrets of Area 51 are secrets no longer. You can prepare for this major event by watching some of our other Mysteries projects to get an idea of how we do this. We have the recently released Mysteries project on the Roswell UFO crash, as well as other Mysteries projects covering topics as diverse as the 9/11 attacks, the JFK and Martin Luther King assassinations, and the psychology of Adolf Hitler, as well as topics involving UFOs and extraterrestrial life on Mars and Cydonia, the Phoenix Lights, and even what appears to be an alien resort facility on Iapetus, a moon of Saturn. When you watch our Mysteries projects, you help us pay the bills for our Time Cross project. So please go to our website and watch one or more of our Mysteries projects. In addition, we publish a Farsight vlog on our Farsight Press YouTube channel. The vlog addresses all sorts of topics relating to remote viewing, so subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep up with the latest. And remember to watch our results summaries that come out around the 10th of each month, as well as the raw news predictions for our Time Cross project, such as this current video for June that you just saw. Those are 2 separate videos each month that you need to see. Again, the predictions come out on the last day of each month, and the results summaries are published around the 10th of each month. Now, let's watch the news for June 2017 to see how well we did with our remote viewing news predictions. Remember, we don't pick the targets. We just report them the month before they happen. And if you are skeptical about all of this, that is okay. Feel free to just watch and see how well we do. This is a new field, and controversy with all new ideas is to be expected. Also, if you are able, please consider contributing to the Farsight Institute by going to our website and clicking on that donate graphic. Every bit helps. We have no corporate or governmental sponsors. Everything we do is because of people who help, people just like you. And if you are fluent in other languages, we can use volunteers to help translate our videos so we can reach a greater worldwide audience. Check out the links in the description area below this video. And right now, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, and share this video. Help us spread the word. Stay ahead of the curve. Let the mainstream fade in the dust. Be there now.